Shalom and welcome. I'm Irving Rabinowitz, and this is A Producer's Take. Everything you want to know about the industry with none of the fluff and just a little bit of schmaltz. So what am I going to cover for my very first episode? I'm going to talk about Star Trek and Star Wars. That's right, I got enough chutzpah to talk about them both at the same time.
Ears burning?
Let me start off with Star Trek first. Now, I'm old enough to say that I've been a Trekker since the very beginning. So I was very excited when I heard that J.J. Abrams, nice Jewish boy from New York, was tapped to reboot the franchise after the less than stellar final installment with the Next Generation cast, Star Trek Nemesis. With that said, I was a little taken aback by this whole resetting of the timeline and this mishigas about the Romulans chasing Spock through a wormhole and the fakakta thing about blowing up Vulcan. But you know what, JJ? You redeemed yourself in Star Trek Into Darkness, where you paid a wonderful homage to past great Star Trek moments.
Damn it, man, I'm a doctor, not a torpedo technician.
Now let me transition from Star Trek to Star Wars.
Mr. Sulu, take us out.
Now everyone knows that the best Star Wars movie of all was The Empire Strikes Back. Directed by Irving Kershner, ooh, I wonder if he was Jewish, and written by none other than Lawrence Kasdan, nice Jewish boy from Miami, who, by the way, also wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Empire Strikes Back did a great job of developing the characters and creating the world that is Star Wars. So now let me go from the best to the worst, The Phantom Menace.
Missa called Jar Jar Binks. Missa, your humble servant.
That won't be necessary.
Oh, but it is. 'Tis demanded by the gods, it is.
What really upset me about this movie was the awful racial stereotypes. Let me run through them for you. First of all, there was Watu, the slave owner of the young, blonde Shagets, Anakin Skywalker, who just happened to look and sound like an old Jewish guy.
I have a great faith in the boy. Is a credit to your race.
Next, there was Newt Gunray, who was a perfect copy of those stereotypical Japanese bad guys from 1940s war movies. And then finally, there was Jar Jar Binks, who pissed off black people everywhere. I don't understand how during the entire production of The Phantom Menace, there wasn't one person at Skywalker Ranch or at Lucasfilms that went up to George Lucas and said, "You know, George, some of these characters might be a little off color." Go figure.
More did you speak?
What I'm very excited to talk about next is the new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
It comes out 4 days after the last day of Hanukkah on December 18th, which makes it a great gift to Star Wars fans everywhere. And of course, it's being directed by J.J. Abrams. The folks at Disney who now own Star Wars are hoping that J.J. can do for Star Wars what he did for Star Trek. Now, as for Star Trek, the next Star Trek movie, Star Trek Beyond, comes out in July of 2016. It's directed by Justin Lin, and I'm pretty sure he's not Jewish, but you know what? I'm going to call his agent and find out if he's circumcised.